What's up, everybody? Nicholas Kuzmich here from nicholaskuzmich.com. And in this video, I want to tell you about a little experience that I had with my photographer that taught me, A, how to sell more stuff, and B, what it really means to be an entrepreneur. Now, before we begin, if you'd like me to personally help you grow your business, I mean, I'm not just talking about like buying another course or joining another program or like, listening to another podcast or anything like that. But if you want me to really help you personally, one-on-one, grow your business, go to workwithnick.com, fill out the brief application there. I'd love to hop on the phone with you to discuss what that might look like and how I might be able to help you. Cool? Anyway, so here's the deal. A couple of days ago, I booked a photo shoot with my photographer named Darius. A wonderful dude. Was introduced to him by a good mutual friend of mine, Giovanni Marsico. And the photo shoot was to book what he calls heart shots as opposed to headshots. And it was quite an interesting experience. I booked the time with him. It was literally a 4-hour shoot at his loft. But here's kind of like the whole interesting part. 3 hours of the shoot wasn't actually shooting. Only about an hour was shooting. And here's how this whole kind of thing worked out. I get to the loft. He brews up some tea. There's some like sage aromatherapy in the background, some music blasting, and we're kind of just hanging out. And we just start having a conversation. And he really, over time has mastered the art of building rapport and diving deep into your soul. And the point of heart shots as opposed to head shots is this idea of, he asked us one question amongst many. He says, what do you want your ideal prospect to feel about you when they see your photo? So again, it's not like just taking a picture and being like, there he is. It's what do you want your ideal prospect to feel about you once they take the photo, which again, I came up with some traditional answers. I want them to feel trust, and I want them to feel like I'm an expert, and so on and so forth. But here's what he ended up saying. Actually, even before that, what's phenomenal about this is he started to reveal to me one of the very simple things that I teach all the time about advertising and marketing online, and in fact selling online, and that is this. In today's day and age, I don't think people transact with you just because you have persuasive copy or because you have great marketing or a perfect funnel, although that's all part of it. I think one of the reasons why people transact with us is because of one word and one word alone, and that word is resonance. In other words, because they feel like they resonate with us. And one of the best ways to create resonance is for you to be authentic in who you are in your marketing. So not trying to be somebody else and not trying to post the pictures of somebody else or not trying to do anything fancy, like rent the car or the Lambo or the house and do the photo shoot that way, but really being the core person of who you are and having that come out in your marketing rather than, again, trying to put on a mask and be the marketer that you think you need to be. So one of the points here and the great takeaway here is if you are, actually think about this in your own experience. How many times have you been presented with an opportunity, and maybe it's two of the same opportunities, right? So one guy or gal over here, one guy or gal over here, and essentially what they're offering you is the same thing. Call it a mastermind program, call it a course on how to X, call it whatever you will. And yet, even though the offer is the same, one of the people you feel like, man, I just really want to get involved with them. There's something about them that makes me want to get involved with them. And the other person, you're like, no, you know what? I wouldn't even touch that with a 10-foot pole. Like, I'm just not interested in that sort of thing. Now, what's the difference? The offer is the same. The deliverables are the same. The promise is the same. But what's different is how well you resonate, how well you feel like you bond or connect with that person. So the first takeaway here that I suggest everyone do is think about how you can show up more as you in your marketing. Not the person you think you should be, not the three-piece suit person unless that's who you are, not the marketer with the flash because, again, that's what you see on the internet, but how do you show up as the best version of you in your marketing to create resonance? Because I think there's some very important things to be said about the interaction and about the connection with somebody by being the best version of you and then having someone resonate with that and showing up to that. In fact, before I forget, if you're serious literally about how to market better, using stuff like resonance and not being overwhelmed with 1,000,001 funnel ideas or thinking that I have to do podcasts and this and that and the other, if you just want like a streamlined way to grow your business without following 101 things to do which overwhelm you and add stress and all that other shenanigans to your life, go to workwithnick.com, fill out the brief application there, and we'll talk. We'll get on the phone. We'll talk about how I can personally help you grow your business in like truly a leveraged, non-stress, legitimate, not 1,000,001 things to do kind of way. Cool? Now, here's the second thing. After we spent hours literally having conversations and deep diving into life and worldview and philosophy and marketing and business, and it was come time to shoot, again, the question came up and said, if you were to define in 5 words or 3 words how you want to be represented to your marketplace, what would those words be? And I literally came to a little bit of a roadblock, right? This like wall where I was like, I don't actually know, right? Yes, I want people to feel trust. And yes, want people to feel me as blank, but I don't actually know. And he goes, well, can I offer you some suggestions based on what I've come to know about you in the last couple of hours? I said, yes. He says, the first word that comes to mind after interacting with you as an entrepreneur and as a human being, the first word, get this, is father. And I thought, wow, like of all the words I thought that I would want to be represented by, especially in the context of advertising, marketing, and growing my business, I never thought father would be one that came up. But he said, man, it just exudes out of you that you have kids and you love kids. And the second word that came out was husband, right? And he says, you know, out of all I can tell that you're a genius with what you do. I can tell that you're wildly successful in the practice that you practice. But what really comes out of you is that you're a loving father and a lucky husband. You just talk, your eyes open up and you beam when you talk about your wife and your kids. And then it got me to realize this one important point that I want to leave with you. You know, in the era of hashtag hustle, in the era where business owners are defined by what they do more than who they are, in a business era where, you know, everything you post on social is about, hey, look at the new business that I scored, or look at the new sale that I did, or what my webinar is crushing it, or whatever it be. In the era where the business owner, the entrepreneur, is represented by the success that they've accomplished in business, and as a side result of massive hustle and work. And look, I work my ass off, and I work pretty damn hard in all that I do, and I do a lot of effort in my business. But the fact that my photographer was able to identify that my core values as an entrepreneur and as a human being, for that matter, start in the place of being a father and start in the place of being a husband more than anything else, had me realize, again, when I set out to build my business, I wanted to build a business that revolved around my lifestyle, not my lifestyle that revolved around my business. I wanted the free time to drop my kids off to school and to train jujitsu and to do the things that I love, because those are the things that are important to me. And if I could serve clients and customers in the process, well, all the better. So what does that mean for you? It means, are you building a business around your beingness, around who you are, and is that coming out? Or have you literally built a business that's created you as a prisoner, that's made you make decisions about what you can buy and where you can spend time and who you can spend it with based on, oh no, will I let my business down? Will I let a client down? And that sort of thing, right? So the takeaway here is, Have you truly built and designed and leveraged your business around your lifestyle and the things that you really want to do and the people that you really want to be around and the husband or wife that you want to be or the father or mother that you want to be? Or has the business kind of taken over life? And if that's the case, maybe, and maybe not for you, but I know for me, maybe it means that changes need to be made where the business revolves around your lifestyle rather than the other way around. So that's all I got for you today. My photographer taught me or reminded me of two things. Number one of the main reasons why anyone transacts with us is because of this idea of resonance, resonating. And the second thing is, when someone sees me and thinks about Nicholas Kuzmich and the legacy and the entrepreneur and the business owner, I don't want them to think of the greatest Facebook guy that's ever walked the planet. I don't want them to think about the guy who has the biggest hustle or whatever. I want them to see father. I want them to see husband. And third, maybe a great entrepreneur who serves his clients and customers very, very well. And look, if that's you, if you have a business that is not leveraged, if you are the single, greatest bottleneck in your business because you're doing all the work and you don't have the free time or the leverage or even the revenue to warrant all the effort that you're putting forth in your business, go to workwithnick.com. Let's hop on a call and have a conversation around how you can have a business that really serves you and your clients versus you being a prisoner to your business, and just being caught up in all of that and not being able to really live the life and have the business that you desire. Workwithnick.com will help you get there. Otherwise, think about how this can affect your business and what it means for you and your business, and everything that you're doing. Anyways, I hope you're well. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside and talking real soon. All the best, and we'll talk then.